Good evening and welcome to tonight's live stream on this very dull and dank Monday evening, really. Hope everybody's well and enjoyed the playoff weekend. So we are still going to Walsall. We ain't going to get away from it, so we're still going to Walsall. So, hello, Vic.
How are you? Yes, off to Walsall. I don't know if you watched this game today, but my goodness me, it was dull, and one goal separated the two sides. So Walsall stayed down, Wimbledon go up. So we're going to the West Midlands and not to Southwest London next season. So that's one more place to be filled, and that, of course, is in the National League playoff final, Oldham against Southend. And that is next weekend. And we should say, you might have noticed in the opening, our three new signings. I say three. Joel McGregor, which I include as a new signing because he signed a new contract. Darren Oldacre and, of course, Tommy Nichols, who signed permanently for a 2-year deal. So our three new welcome signings, I think.
Very nice, yes. That's very... I was sort of a bit shocked when we had the Darren Oldacre because I thought, oh, my gosh, a signing already?
Yes.
So in May.
Well, we'll see what happens this week, of course. Bank holiday today, so I'm guessing, nobody in today. So we'll see if any more arrive this week. And if they do, we'll put them on the beginning of next week's. So we'll keep it up to date. Yeah. Sean says evening all. Hope you've all had a good weekend. Bank holiday. Yeah. Thanks, Sean. Nice to have you along.
Thank you, Sean. Yeah. Thank you, Sean. So yes. So what we're talking about tonight then, Vic?
Well, I thought because it's playoff time, we might as well talk about Swindon's involvement in the playoffs. Not necessarily the games themselves, but your memories of the playoffs, your experiences, how you got to the various games, Selhurst Park, all that kind of stuff. It'd be nice to get your memories. And you may well remember a few years ago when I was growing up, 6-a-sides were a big thing in the summer where teams used to play in various competitions around the county. They used to play at Fates and all that kind of stuff. They'd have 6-a-side competitions. They don't seem to happen anymore. And I don't know why. So if anybody knows why and can remember them, great,
No, we didn't, our local village one, we didn't have anything like that, but we did have tug of war. But what we did have today, which is I don't know if it's a tradition anywhere else other than our village, is a beer race. Because you might know Womburgh is very famous for the number of pubs we have. And way back, it was I think it was sort of a joke between them who could run the fastest around all the pubs while having a drink in each, by two of the sort of legends of the village. So every year they have that. So everybody, they all have their tables outside with their half pints, and then everybody just run around. It would be now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pubs.
Wow.
And about a mile, I should think. But yeah, and I never like to be at the end of it because it's not pretty.
I would think it feels like about 5 miles after you've done that.
Yeah. It always seems to be the last one is at the top of the hill, so you're always coming up in the hill at the end of it. So it's
great. Of course, down here we have the Ottery tar barrels in November, which is one of those things where they carry tar barrels full of flaming tar around various pubs.
Gosh,
seems a sensible thing to do. And of course, it was the cheese rolling, wasn't it, in Gloucestershire today? So saw pictures of that on the news. Looks terrifying.
Lots of different sort of things. I wonder where that cheese rolling come from. Don't know.
No. Don't know. They said it goes down to 70 miles an hour, that cheese. So good luck chasing.
I want to be at bottom, do you? That hurt into water.
Oh, Darren says, hi, Darren. He says, I did the beer race today, my 9th time.
So how'd you get on, Darren? I actually didn't see it today. I went in to see a friend and we got talking and didn't actually manage to see any of it. But how did you go? How did you do? And was there a lot of people there? There usually is. So, I hope it went well. Anyway.
Well, he's put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pints on his little message.
Oh, there goes. Yeah, that's 5 pubs.
Yeah,
that's
5 pints
pubs
on each one.
Yeah.
More important. 7. How are you feeling tonight, Darren? I think is probably.
Yes.
5 pints at lunchtime or whatever it is.
And all that running, and it must be. Ugh. Yeah. Okay, went to Tetbury Woolsack races.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Hello, Trudy.
And Xander and Willow. I hope you're having a good summer. Miss seeing you in the Junior Reds room.
That is a thing, the Tetbury Woolsack races, isn't it? Was that today, Trudy, or is that something you've been to recently? I guess that's a similar thing when they carry woolsacks around to various pubs in Tetbury, I guess.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Sean says we could do a whole thing about what is the traditions in your village.
I could tell you about the Black Orton worm charming if you want me to. The World Championship, but now, Sean, and this is a very interesting discussion point. Would that be one of the biggest slip-ups we've seen from Walsall? Now, of course, they were, I think, 15 points clear of the playoffs at one stage, weren't they? And top of the league by 10 points, and have now missed out in the playoffs. I mean, talk about collapses. That's pretty much up there, isn't it? I would suspect.
Yeah, not good at all. It's as I said to you earlier before we went live, it was like, is that sort of their two sort of slip-ups, isn't it? The original one where they just went astray, and now today. So, because they were very lucky to actually be in the playoffs.
They just made it, didn't they? I mean, the goal itself was a bit of a comedy of errors. It ricocheted around, and it was well struck from the edge of the box. But before it was a bit of a mess up. And there was one classic moment with one throw-in which was taken, which summed up the whole game. He went to take the throw-in, and it fell backwards like that. So it just kind of summed up the match, really, in a way. Darren says, I survived. It's my 60th year next year. The event's 70th, so a big one. The village was out in force. Great atmosphere, as always. Britishness is its best. See, it's true. We have some weird stuff, don't we? I mean, let's be honest. You know, weird stuff in this country, and great to see.
But it's all about tradition and everything, isn't it? But I know the origin of the beer race because I'm from the village. But you think, okay, where has it come from? And it's all, I suppose, Tetbury and the Woolsacks tradition there with what they did as a sort of the type of industry they did or something. But there you go. So do you want me to read out this Lyndon Gillingham?
Lots of messages coming in. These are great. I will do, but I've got some more coming in, which is great. Thoughts on PSF waiting for us to announce. Hope Ollie arranges some decent ones for a change. Rangers away. Oh, pre-season friendlies, right? Sorry. Yeah. Rangers away would be nice. Well, we'll see what happens.
That's Glasgow Rangers and not Queen's Park Rangers.
Or Columpton. The Columpton Rangers would be good. If you want to pop down here, that'd be nice. Nice little tour of Columpton, Tiverton, Torquay, Exeter. That would be lovely. Thanks very much if you could possibly do that. Hi, Mark. Walsall have it large in November when top of the league by 12 points. Yes, they did. They were rather... I mean, we played them, didn't we, in our opening home game of the season, and they absolutely... did us in 4-0. I mean, they were fabulous that day, and we weren't. So they looked to cut above, but hey, things aren't working as they should. But we're back again, I think. The internet playing up a little bit. Right, I'll continue with this one from Mike. Hi, Vic. I can remember charity football in Stonehouse, Gloucestershire. Right, there we are. I think we're back again.
Yeah, I don't think you're going very Dalek-y on me, but yeah, you're going a bit Dalek-y. Okay, do you want to, and Sean has
come back. Can you hear me now, right? Is that okay?
Yeah, that's better. Yeah. Sean's just come back and said, yes, Glasgow, not Queen's Park, London, or Queen's Park, or Clumpton. So.
No. Well, lots are coming in. Yeah, do you want to read us some of we had Gillingham and Tranmere comments from various posts we've done this week. So do you want to read some of them out? That'd be good.
Well, I've got the Swindon Gillingham ones here. from the post you put out on Saturday. Was it about Saturday or yesterday with Charlie and Peter Coyne? So this is the
Peter
Swindon
Coyne.
Gillingham one. Yeah. Steve here. That was such a night. Reduced to tears of joy at the end of that, as were many around us. We have gone through so much. Lou Macari, we were proud to sing your name. Swindon Town are going up again. What a chance. Never forget it. Darren, wonderful memories. Then finishing the job off at Selhurst Park. Charlie Henry was my hero. Patrick, amazing set of playoff games. One of the best times as a Swindon supporter. Richard, I can hear it now. Charlie Henry. Helen, what a night that was. I can see him. Oh, I could see he was shaping up to shoot and said, why is he? Oh, that's why. Yes, Helen, I think we all were.
Yes.
And Adrian, the whole ground was rocking, especially when Charlie's goal went in. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, a certain commentator got really quite excited, if I remember rightly. I couldn't possibly say who that was, but
not a million miles away from here.
They were quite, yeah. Let's say, the Trudy says the woolsack was originally started for the men to impress their ladies by carrying a 60-pound sack up steep Gunstall Hill from the Royal Oak pub at the bottom to the Crown Inn at the top.
Gosh.
Well, I hope they were suitably impressed.
Well, yeah, and it's still going on. So there you go. Wow.
Yes, marvellous. All I ask is if we fly out the traps next season, never know. Please, our fans, don't give it large on banter pages. Comes back to bite as Walsall have found out. Yeah. Yes. We mentioned about Gillingham, but what does stick out in my mind is the first leg at Wigan. What a comeback. So shall I go through that 86-87 playoff campaign then? Shall I do that now? Just a little bit of a fact here. Swindon have appeared in 9 playoff competitions, count them 9, since the inception of them in 1986. I know it said 1886 then, but 1986. Now, in 86-87, Swindon drew 6 of their last 8 games to miss out on automatic promotion, but made the inaugural playoffs. Beat Wigan on a memorable night at Springfield Park 3-2 before a 0-0 home draw led to the final. Gillingham beat Sunderland to relegate them and book a date with Swindon. You might well remember in that first playoff, the bottom side in the second division played one of the top sides in the third division for relegation. David Smith got the Gills winner at the Priestfield. The second leg at the County Ground, Carl Elsey put the Gills 2-0 up on aggregate before Peter Coyne and Charlie Henry forced the third game. No away goals, of course, in those playoffs. And Steve White, his brace made it a second successive promotion for the town. So that's the bare facts of it. It doesn't really tell you the whole story, of course, because there's so much besides. Yeah. But if you've got any more memories of it at night at Springfield Park, then please get in touch. Because if I remember rightly, 2-0 down, came back to win 3-2, something like that off the top of my head. Yeah. But it was an extraordinary night. So here we are. That's the bare bones of the 86-87 playoffs for Swindon. But we'd like your memories, please.
Certainly would. Yeah, we certainly would. So, yes, I think it was, Adrian saying, bring back the Swindon Gills Moonraker at Palace. Is he still around now? Get him on the panel.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
That. Is that the one that had the white smock?
Yes, and the rake. And
yes.
I think did he have bacon coming from it, if I remember rightly?
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And a hat with straw in it, I'm pretty sure.
That's right. Yeah, I can picture it now. Yes, I can.
Yeah.
Well, we can find out if anybody knows if he's about.
Yes.
Let us know and we will get him on.
We'll have him as a guest, definitely. Yeah.
There you go. So, yeah.
Interestingly, I went to my grandson's school play the other day and they were talking about time travel. And one of the features was about the Moonraker, which I thought was an odd thing to do down here. But anyway, yeah, interesting.
Not James Bond?
No. Yeah. We're all Moonrakers, like, can we?
We are detractors.
Yeah.
Sean says, Sean says, I remember our fans throwing lumps of turf around at the Wigan game. Always remember one hitting a police officer and his helmet flying off. Oh, my dear.
Yeah.
Well, that was now.
They had that grass bank, and lots of celery was flying around as well at that time, I think. Because the celery song was biggie.
Yeah, we'll go into that.
No, we won't. No.
And that's what actually Darren's just said. Springfield, the way end was a grass bank. Police brought horses into it, caused chaos. Yes, I can imagine.
Yeah, it was bizarre because the second game was a pretty dull 0-0 draw, if I remember rightly, with no real sort of impact to it. My great memory is doing the commentary with the late great Alan McLaughlin alongside me, which was as co-commentator. It's a lovely thing to do.
Oh, lovely. Yes.
Yeah. So any more of 86, 87, please get in touch. But I'll move on to 88, 89, if you'd like.
There you go.
After winning just 4 of their last 16 games, they lose only 2 of the last 19 to grab a playoff place against Crystal Palace. Won the first leg 1-0, but Wright and Bright scored to put Palace in the final. You might remember it was a pretty dismal night at Sellers Park. Palace went through. So that was the way that playoff campaign ended. It wasn't a great one. But the next one, now, in a couple of days' time, we've got a great anniversary coming up. What day is it today? 26th? Is it
26th?
Yeah. So on the 28th of May, there's a double anniversary. Not only is there the 1990 playoff final against Sunderland, which, of course, the town won 1-0, but also the anniversary of the Anglo-Italian Cup final against Naples. So May the 28th is a good day. 89-90, a season rocked by scandal. Town reached the playoffs again, beat Blackburn at Ewood Park 2-1, if you remember that Steve Foley goal, and repeat the score at the County Ground to win 4-2 on aggregate. At Wembley, they beat Sunderland 1-0 to get the promotion, but they don't. Yes, Sunderland, of course, going up this season to the Premier League again, so via the playoffs.
Yeah. Wow.
So
there you go.
What did you do that day, Chris?
What, the Sunderland one?
Yeah.
I went with my dad up there, and all I can remember is I found a Marco Gambaccini button badge.
Or Gabbiadini, even.
Oh, yeah. What did I say?
Gambaccini. He's presenting on Radio 2 on a Sunday night, but he's all right.
Well, him anyway. Yeah. I said, I can't wear it. I'm not. That's the biggest bad luck. So I didn't. I stuck it in my pocket. And So that's and then it was all the bit after, wasn't it? I remember getting putting all banners in my car and going down Farringdon Road and all that malarkey. So so just in the Red Army. Look, okay, if you don't want to watch, please don't watch. Nobody's forcing you. We don't take sort of arrogant comments on here, so please, if you don't want to watch, don't watch.
Yeah,
that's all I'm going to say on that.
Yeah.
So, and Mark saying, what a team that was in 1990. Yes.
It certainly was. Yeah. I think Ardiles chose the same team 27 games in a row, if I remember rightly.
We'll get that now. No, the stats wouldn't have it. Stats wouldn't allow that.
No. 92-93. Now promotion to the top flight at last. 3-2 against Tranmere in the home leg. 2-2 away. 5-4 on aggregate. 4-3 against Leicester at Wembley, of course, in that never to be forgotten final. We touched on the Tranmere game, I think, last week, didn't we? But you might have some comments on that one. But yeah, the game against Leicester, extraordinary match, never to be forgotten. So have you got those Tranmere comments there? Have you?
Is that from last week?
Yes.
No, I don't think I have, actually. Sorry, I should have done those. If you want to talk before, I'll go and get them.
Okay. No, it's all right. I've got some here. Don't worry. I'll get them in. This is from Lee. The Blackburn game at home, Townend felt like it was plugged into the national grid and whacked on the head with celery. Anyway, hope you're okay, Lee. All the best to you.
Yeah.
Tranmere away. This is from Carol from last week. A few years ago, got called off on the Oh no, that's a abandoned game against Tranmere.
Oh yes.
Yeah, getting confused here, poor old chap. Yeah, I'll find some in a minute. Don't worry.
Well,
Yeah, here we are. This is from Dave the Chair. Tranmere away. Wow. Never, ever forget that evening. Drove up from Newbury without a ticket, even if I couldn't get in. I just wanted to be nearby. We somehow talked our way in, but I had to sit in front of the big main stand on the running track to try to keep quiet-ish. No hope. Apart from the Leicester game, that was the most nervous I've ever been watching the town. When the final whistle went, we were mobbed by Tranmere fans, but in a great way. I exchanged my scarf with one fan, got on the pitch with Colin Calderwood afterwards. Great memories. The drive home was a long one, but fabulous. P.S. I'll never forget that header somehow Fraser saved. Did it cross the goal line? Come on, you Reds. Yeah, great memories. Fabulous.
Yeah. No, and as we said, it was just one of those games, wasn't it? But we thought there was going to be aggro afterwards, and it was everything like that. But it was nothing like it will be seen ever again. I don't think the reaction between the two sets of fans. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Question from Jim on YouTube. Any news on pre-season friendlies? Nope, haven't heard any. As we were saying earlier, Sean would like a pre-season friendly against Glasgow Rangers. But we haven't heard anything. So.
No, nothing at all. Hopefully we will hear soon because, obviously, believe it or not, it won't be too long before pre-season starts, will it? So, yeah.
Well, it's going to be, because the season starts the first weekend of August, so it's about 4 weeks. So that's the first weekend of June. So, yeah. July. Even.
Yeah.
God, I'm even getting that wrong. Yes, and July. So, yeah. So.
Yeah. Mark says good times will come back next season. Well, let's hope so. We all hope that. 2003-2004, fifth in Division 2, brackets 3. This is where it all gets confusing, isn't it? Playoff semi-final against Brighton, who won the game at the County Ground by 1-0. Parkin and Fallon put the town 2 up at Brighton, but an Adam Virgo header deep into extra time forces a heartbreaking penalty shootout at the Withdean on a very, very, very wet night. And who will ever forget that Adam Virgo header? As it,
Yeah. Yes. It was very, very wet, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes, as Darren says, rain. Yes, lots of it.
Yeah, a lot of it. Don't forget, if you played in six-a-sides, let us know, because I'd really like to know why they don't play them anymore.
No, I don't know. It seems weird, doesn't it, that it's not a thing anymore, but has it been taken over by something else? Or because they got walking football, haven't you, for the more mature person?
I don't know what you mean by that. No. You got points for corners as well, which is a great one. Oh, this is from Daz. Hello. Tranmere away. What a night. It was until we got back to our minibus, 3 side windows smashed in very cold drive back to Swindon, unfortunately. Oh dear. Sorry about that. Not such a great night then.
No, they're not all fans were sort of happy with it. Well, they're not happy with it, but congratulating us. So, yeah. And then Sean says that home game versus Brighton, we dominated them. How we lost that game.
Yeah, well, unfortunately we did. Now, in 2009-10, the playoff of the Wembley Bobble, you might remember. In the semi, a 2-1 win over Charlton, and then a dramatic second leg sees Town go through on a penalty shootout with Stephen Darby, of course, netting the winning. You might hang on. I just move out of the way.
There's there you go.
Shirt. There you go. Stephen Darby netting the winner. Lost 1-0 at Wembley to Millwall, of course. Charlie Austin and that Bobble. Who will ever forget it? I don't think he'll ever forget it either, will he?
No.
It sort of burns deep inside him that he wasn't able to put that one away. But there you go. Millwall went up, we didn't, and and the following season we went down, if memory serves. So not great.
Yeah. So and the playoffs yesterday with Leyton Orient losing, I did feel for Richie because we've got a lot of in common with a lot of people like Martin Ling as well at Leyton Orient, so it's a shame for them yesterday. But there you go, Charlton with a better team. So
yeah, Edmonds Green played for Leyton Orient. We had him on loan, I think, at one stage, didn't we?
Yeah.
2012-13, lost in the playoff semi-final to Brentford, drew 1-1 at home, drew 3-3 away, and then lost 5-4 on penalties. Now, that was an occasion when the opposition fans did come up to us, and it all got a bit fractious. But you might well remember that Aidan Flint scored an equalising header to force extra time, and then, of course, it went to pens, and we lost. So another dramatic playoff night at Brentford at the old Griffin Park ground.
Yes. Yeah. So, yeah. I just wish I had your memory, Vic, because he's. I know I was there, but that's why I don't do the panels and things, because my memory is not that brilliant. So.
Yeah. Some are good memories, some are bad, aren't they? That's the way it is. Yeah.
They are. So yeah. So if anybody's got anything else they want to talk about, please let us know. So we've seen, and I'm trying to think of who the ex-Swindon player that announced their retirement yesterday, but I can't think who it is now. It will come back to me. So that's Tom Broadbent, and there was somebody else yesterday, and I can't think who it was. But I will come back to it.
Have we heard anything from Mr. Broadbent? He's on holiday, isn't he?
He's still on holiday, yeah, but he's going to come back to me when he gets back. So, yeah, so we'll get him on. So, yeah.
Yes, we will. 2014-2015, the playoffs again. Won 2-1 away at Sheffield United. Nathan Byrne with a late goal. General election night. And then an incredible return leg, which ended 5-5 to send the town to Wembley. One of the most amazing games you can ever see. It was up there, wasn't it, with the Bradford City game? Extraordinary, really. It's just 3-0 after 17 minutes, cruising, and then it was just bonkers, wasn't it? What a game. And, of course, then we lost 4-0 to Preston, so not a happy ending.
Yes,
really.
And that wasn't a good one, was it? I think all the memories of that one have gone. Yeah, no. Mike, thank you very, very much. Yes, it was Ben Tozer.
Oh, Ben Tozer, right. Because he he went to Wrexham, then he went to Forest Green, did he?
Yes, and it was on the Wrexham page. Somebody was saying, because he spent a lot of time at Wrexham, didn't he? So they were wishing him all the best on his retirement. So that's where I seen it yesterday. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, 10 Wembley finals on the bounce at the fans of the team and the selected end, and they have lost today, apparently. Yeah. Yes, I think I understand. Yeah.
God. Yes.
Yeah.
So, in other words, you never say which end you want. You take what's left.
Yeah, and then, of course, in 21-22, Port Vale in the semi-final. Now, 2-1 at home, Harry McCurdy with both of those goals, 1-0 away, and we all know what happened then. Lost 6-5 on penalties, won 3 of 9 playoffs, which is not a great record, is it, really, when you think about it? Yeah, Harry McCurdy with both, 1-0 on the away game, and then lost 6-5 on penalties. And I think we all remember what happened afterwards, don't we? Not a great night for many, many people.
No, thank goodness I was not there. I had to miss it. But yeah, for that reason, for the thing. But it'd be interesting, and I don't know, would the attitude of our players this season make playoff final better, if you know what I mean? What am I trying to say? Is we've got the togetherness and the attitude of the players. So if we had got to the playoffs, would we have had more of a chance with them, do you think? I think we would have. We'd have more experience with them.
I watched that game this afternoon and I thought we'd have a chance with this. But it's all hypothetical because we didn't get
It
the
is,
playoffs.
and it's a one gamer, isn't it? It's a one game. You just the final, just you go there and whatever. But it's no, I don't know. I just thinking that maybe the experience like Will Wright, Ollie Clark, people like that, Ryan Delaney, if they've had that experience, not necessarily of that, but the attitude and having Ollie as your manager, it'd be.
Yeah, well, Will Wright, of course, won the playoffs last year with Crawley, didn't he? Ian Holloway won it with Blackpool, so they've been there and done that. Mark says Old Wembley, 3 wins at the old one. New Wembley, 3 losses. So next time to be a win, but next season we'll be going as champions. Put it on here first.
There you go. We'll hold you to that, Mark.
The thing is, would you rather go up via the playoffs, or would you rather go up automatically? It's a very interesting point. If you get beaten in the playoffs, it's not great, is it?
No, but then okay, you go up as champions, and it's done. That's it, done. But with going up as the playoffs, you've got all that anticipation as well, and going to Wembley and all that. It's an occasion. So do you want to go through that occasion and be disappointed, or do you want to not have the occasion and go up as champions? I think I'd go up as champions.
Yeah, I'd rather do that. And then you don't run the risk of missing out, do you? So we want another title, says Sean. So there we go. Yeah. And still no apology from Carol Shanahan, says Adrian. Do we know what that means?
Adrian, please elaborate on that one. Be interesting.
Yes.
Yes, Martin, we know May is for cricket. Martin Smithers, automatic net every time. May is for cricket. You can't go into May playing playoff games.
No, I agree with you, Martin. I'm with you on that one. Yeah, I do agree with that. I think it said it before. We do League 2 titles when we go up.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, didn't we go up with Walsall going up as champions? Because we drew one each at home and we both got promoted. We went up, I can't remember, second or third under Paul Sturrock. Memory serves. Anyway, it doesn't matter. You go up, don't you? Who cares?
Thank you, Adrian. Yeah, he's still up. He's said it's the Port Vale chairperson.
Oh, right. Yes, of course. Yeah.
No, and it's like I still wouldn't hold your breath for it.
No, I think that probably ship has sailed somehow, wouldn't you? Yeah. We won't be playing them, of course, next season because they did go up. So that's so we will be visiting Walsall. We won't be visiting Wimbledon, but we wait to see what's happening between Oldham and Southend at the weekend in the National League playoff final. That was the 06-07 season. We finished third, went up automatically. Thank you, Martin. Yeah. Yes, and there was that bizarre game at the county ground when neither side had to lose. So somebody stupidly scored first. So then somebody equalised.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Not good. Neither of us are going to lose. Yes.
No. So any more comments on Six-a-Sides, strange customs you've been to over the bank holiday, anything like that? We're happy to take those because we've learned quite a lot about the Tetbury Walsat races. We also known about the Blackhawk Wern Charming, all that kind of stuff. It's great to know. And I know Falls Rush In do similar stuff as well, but we'll nick it first if that's all right.
Yeah. We're on first. And if anybody actually participated as well as Darren in the Womber Beer race, do let me know where you came in that race and who won.
Yeah. Do they have a winner or is it just
no, it's a winner. They do have a winner, yeah. They have a men's and a ladies winners, I think. Well, they always just choose, I presume they do.
So which pub do they start in?
They take it in turns. So you start at a different pub every year. So sometimes you start at the top of the hill and you can go down and finish off at the bottom. But if the Cali Arms at the top of the village is the last one, you've got a bit of a hill to come up. So,
well done to everybody who's done it.
Yeah, gosh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. I wonder if Craig is with us tonight. He was on the bus, wasn't he? He's done to about 63 games this week, I think. So he might be off to some Scottish third tier playoff semi-final penalty shootout or something. Oh dear. Yeah.
Yeah. So Mark's saying, in Ian Holloway we trust. Let's get behind the town for next season. Going to be rocking. Hopefully.
Yeah, I hope so. But we'll see. I mean, never count chickens before they get hatched. I think
right, exactly. Yeah.
Fair to say. Yeah.
Yeah. And Sean's saying a tour of Ireland would be nice, like we did years ago.
Yes, they did. Lou Macari, I think, was organised a tour of Ireland. So it would be nice to do that, wouldn't it?
It's either they go to Spain or they don't go anywhere, do they? Not Swindon. I mean, other clubs. It's somewhere like Spain, and then go to one of these hotels that's got this all singing or dancing football stuff. But yeah, tour of Ireland would be good, or Scotland.
Yeah. I see Manchester United jetted off to the Far East, didn't they, for 2 matches?
Oh, did they? Oh, dear.
Straight after their last game yesterday. So they're off there to play 2 games. I'm sure the players are delighted about that after a season. So they play too much football. So let's go to the Far East and play 2 more games.
Yeah. No, it's money, money, money.
Yeah. Right. So any more comments, please? We'd love to hear them. Have your memories of the playoffs? There's lots of those playoffs, as we said, have taken part in 9 playoff competitions since their inception in '86, of which Swindon have won 3. So that's a 33% success rate. And memorable games all the way through them, including that 5-5 game against Sheffield United, which was bonkers in the extreme. So if you've got any memories of that one, please feel free to get in touch with us underneath the Facebook comments or X or anything like that. We'd be great to hear from you.
Yeah, on YouTube.
On YouTube.
So have you been on any tours, pre-season tours, Vic, with the club?
I remember going to Holland where they played in a tournament out there in a sort of on a village pitch. Really, it was very strange. Glenn Hoddle's team it was. David Mitchell was playing. The whole team went and they won the competition. It was I can't remember the name of the Dutch teams that they were playing, but they were pretty good. You know, they weren't low-level teams. Mm-hmm. So it was a really good experience. So it was nice to see it. Hi, Daz. 24th of May 2015 versus Preston. Met Mark Cooper outside Swindon's Hotel in London. Had a great chat with him. He was telling me that all the players were up for it and were going to do it. The rest is history.
Do what?
Well, I think we all remember, don't we, that first goal? That first goal when Nathan Thompson did his hamstring in the first couple of minutes, and that effectively was the end of it, wasn't it?
Exactly. So, yeah, I can still remember his face coming off. It was just heartbreaking, but yeah. Well, Sean was there with you in Holland.
Oh, was he? Did he go to that? Oh, great. Yeah. There were a lot of Swindon fans there. So we went over on the same ferry. It was really good fun. Yeah. But it was literally the back of a sort of a housing estate with this field and a festival of football. It was a really, really good few days. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Yeah. Nick says the Swindon steam train clap was amazing, but only really happened versus Sunderland. I think you need to elaborate on that as well, Nick. Sorry.
Yeah.
Unless it means something to you, Vic.
No, you got me on that one.
No. I was surprised. I was watching the celebrations for the Sunderland game, and they played Wise Men Say. I didn't realise that was their chant as well.
They probably nicked that off us as well, didn't they?
Yeah, take everything from us.
Yeah, not that we're still bitter about 1990, but they probably.
No.
Shocking. Stop FA Cup replays, yet go and play games day after Premier League ends. It does amaze me when clubs go on about how their players are tired and they've got another competition to play in this summer, haven't they? The World Club Cup Championship.
That's right, yeah.
Plus there are qualifiers going on and this, that and the other. Crazy. But there you go.
Yeah. Oh. Darren's said it's the clap that starts off slow and speeds up. Okay, yeah, I know the one you mean now.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, we should also say well done to the Arsenal ladies, shouldn't we, over the weekend, who became European champion. Fantastic. Really, really good performance from them. So well done, and congratulations, beating Barcelona. No mean feat. Always remember my trips to Ascoli and Venezia in the Anglo-Italian. A shame the Holland tour, we didn't play in stadiums, only downside. Yeah, it was good though, Sean. I enjoyed it. It was a real festival sort of feel about it. And I always remember one of the great moments of that. You might remember on BBC Wiltshire, there was a fantastic radio presenter called Alan Burston. He used to do the Alan Burston rock and roll show, who sadly passed away not too long ago. But all of a sudden, there he was. He appeared in the middle of this field and had just got across. And it was great, to see him there. And really wonderful bloke. And he'll be missed greatly. So, yeah, great memories of that. Nice to do that sort of thing. Yes.
Yeah, I think this is it. And I think a lot of that is gone now, isn't it? Because, as I say, they go to these places in Spain and do a lot of behind closed doors games, and you don't get a chance to go follow them anywhere or anything. And I've never followed them on a way sort of pre-season friendly tour or anything, this country or abroad. So it'd been good to do something like that.
Of course, Paolo Di Canio famously took them to Italy, didn't he? After he became manager. And it was a pretty hard gig, as I remember rightly, Simon Ferry telling us. They, had a bit of a tough time of it. So, yeah. And they went to Finland, I think, as well, a few years back. So they've done a few tours, but not recently. Of course, they tend to follow the same route, the playoffs, the pre-season friendlies, don't they? They like to, we go to Supermarine, we go to Melksham, Highworth, etc., which is nothing wrong with that. But then we have a home game just before the start of the season. So we'll see what happens. It'd be nice to know.
Yeah, nice to do something. Yeah. So Adrian says Swindon finishing 12th this season was a bigger achievement than Spurs winning the Chip Shop Cup. Put us in the Champions League next season.
That is funny. Yeah. Can remember playing a Dutch side at the county ground, RC Roja. Yeah, I do remember that. Okay. Yeah, pre-season friendly. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. That was, in the 70s, was it? Something like that. And we played a few Scottish teams as well. In fact, I happen to have something here, which is in front of me. At Douglas Park, Hamilton, pre-season friendly match, Swindon Town, Monday the 31st of July, 1978, 7:30 p.m. And there you are. That's the programme for it. How about that?
There you go.
Yeah, just trying to see. Bear with me. I'll open this little plastic wallet up and see what the teams were. It happens to be Hamilton, so I don't particularly want to ruin it. Oh, Napoli should invite us for the forthcoming anniversary. Well, they've just won the Italian league, haven't they?
They have, yes.
And we remain the first British side to win in Naples, and only one other team has done it since, and that, of course, is Manchester City. So we're in august company, as they say.
There you go.
I'll eventually get this program out. Here we are. I wonder if they've got the teams in here at all.
Darren said they played Arbroath on that tour as well.
There we go. Right, here we are then. This is the Swindon team that day from Jimmy Allen, Kevin Roberts, John McLaughlin, Andrew Ford, Russell Lewis, Colin Profit, Steve Hazelwood, Kenny Stroud, Chris Kamara, Ray McHale, Brian Williams, Roy Carter, Chris Guthrie, Ian Miller, Mickey French, and Dave Cunningham. So that was the Swindon team.
I don't recognise the name Mickey French. Was he?
I think he was only with us for a brief time, if I remember rightly. Yeah. So there we are. Season tickets for Hamilton, by the way. For the stand, £17. 9 for youths and OAPs. And if you were standing, 12 quid for adults, £6 for youths. So there we are.
That's
For the 1st of
78.
August, for the 1st of August onwards, tickets can be obtained at an additional cost of £1 in the stand, 50p in the ground.
Gosh.
Then was the days, eh?
Yes.
31st of July, 1978.
Yeah.
Yes, go on.
Darren said that they played Arbroath on that tour as well. There. A question from Nick: will the new pitch being laid stop us having many home pre-season friendlies? I don't know, is the answer. I have heard that they're trying to keep it as long as possible for the start of the season. So maybe we will only have away ones, but I don't know. I haven't heard anything. So if we do,
I would assume work is pretty much starting straight away, isn't it?
Well, I think after now the concerts have finished, I think they were taking that down yesterday and today, and I think the pitch was due to be dug up tomorrow morning, so it'll start then. So I don't know what's involved with stitching a pitch, but Milton Keynes have just had theirs, haven't they? Milton Keynes Dons, they're just stitching their pitch. But,
interesting, isn't it? I was doing some cricket matches at Exmouth the other day. They've got a hybrid pitch now, and it enables them to play a lot of matches on it. Whereas before, if it's a grass wicket, of course, you can only play a certain amount, and then they have to have another wicket. But on this, they play two 20-20 matches and then a full match on the Saturday. So, they do have their benefits. So we'll see how it plays. I mean, Ian Holloway, I think, is in full support of it, isn't he?
Yeah. And I think it's something that our groundsman has wanted to do for a few seasons and not been able to. So it's good. But if we have anybody that knows anything about what a stitch pitch involves, please let us know. We'll be interested to hear. I just hear it's half artificial, then they grow grass in between it, and I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, interesting. I mean, the point is, I think, any groundsman around the country had a terrible winter to put up with. It wasn't particularly cold, was it? But it was wet. And there was that period when we had a lot of home games in a short space of time, and the pitch didn't really have any time to recover, did it? So, and at the end of the season, it looked really, really good, didn't it?
And I went to the concert on Saturday, and it still looked really good. It was with even people on there on the Friday night and everything like that. So I don't know if the beer and alcohol on it done it any good, but the amount that was flying everywhere. But yeah.
Yeah, Matt Povey and his team did well. I think
they did. They done very
bearing
well.
in mind what they had to put up with. Did an extraordinary job. So yeah. And I don't think people know the dedication, do they?
No.
Yeah, and Sean makes this very good point. It makes sense now that the women are playing home games at the County Ground as well next season, because I understand they're playing all of the home games there, aren't they?
They are, yeah, which is great for them. And great to get some revenue in as well. So hopefully it'll make people sort of want to come and see them regularly instead of the 1 or 2 games and that they had there anyway. So
yeah, and we also should congratulate, of course, the Community Foundation, the under-16 team. I think went to Wembley yesterday, didn't they, as part of the presentation day? Yeah, and got their trophy. So congratulations to them after beating Manchester City on penalties, which is fabulous.
Yeah,
so well
it
done
was
to them.
brilliant. It was brilliant. Yeah. So Mike said Marcus always wanted a stitch pitch too. But he had to put up with some stitching in the area, and I think that was on the Don Rogers side. So okay, so some stitching has been done, but not at all. So only in specific places, which is interesting.
Oh, so the whole pitch isn't being stitched, or part of it, is it?
No, it is being stitched now.
Right.
When Marcus was there, it's I think this is
what
I
see. Yeah.
Specific areas were done. So
yeah, my head suddenly said Marcus Bignot, of course, but it's Marcus Cassidy, the previous. Yeah.
Sorry. So yeah. Sean, how's the GT statue going? I think it is on track. All the foundations have been done, and I know that they are planning a walk up Snowdon fundraiser. So I think they're nearly there. So I'm sure it'll be there for the start of the season. So
yeah, and we should say well done to Sally Carter, who climbed up a mountain over the weekend.
Yeah.
So well done, Sally. She works in the shop and has been a great Swindon fan for many years. But well done, climbed up a mountain. So brilliant stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're going up on the 21st of June. Is that when they're doing?
I think so. I think it's that day. Yes, they're going up there up in Snowdon, taking so fundraising. So I'm sure there's a Just Giving page or something if anybody wants to know what that is. So yes, there's lots going on, I think. But I think then the last I heard it was about 70,000 they were at, and they need 100, don't they? So I think they were nearly there.
Yeah. Well, considering what the sculptor did of the Don Rogers statue, I think we're in for a treat when it actually gets unveiled. And it's that bit by the dome, isn't it? And between that and the community foundation pavilion.
Yeah, it's in the compound by Foundation Park. So you've got the entrance to Foundation Park. So it's on the left. It used to be the Bowls Patang pitch thing, and then you got the car park. Then you got the dome. So it's John's going to be looking over towards the dome.
Excellent. Well, we look forward to that very much indeed, and rightly so. They're honouring one of our greatest. There's no question about that. Record appearance maker. There's the argument as to whether the MK Dons player, whose name escapes me right at this moment, Dean.
Oh,
yes.
God.
Dean.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody will tell us.
Yes, please. There's that argument, but congratulations to both, because to play so many games anyway is a magnificent achievement. So, yes. Yeah,
we can't imagine it, can we? In this day and age, it's harder than I expect it was for John. But Lewington, that's it.
Lewington, of course it is. Yeah.
Thank you, everybody. I want to say Ashton for some reason. I don't know why. But
well, Dean Ashton used to play for Crewe and for West Ham, if I remember rightly.
Yes.
So, yes.
Sean's saying another thing. Statue Park is looking a bit of a mess. Weeds seem to be growing around the fencing from what I could see driving past. It's not weeds, Sean, it's the hedge. It seems to be the hedges coming through, and it sort of impacting when you look at it from this angle. It doesn't look good. So, yeah, because you either have the fencing or you have a hedge, one or the other. So I don't think it's actually weeds, but I'm not sure. I haven't been down there lately.
No, I haven't been down there for a while, obviously. Yes. So, what have we got planned over the next few weeks then? Because obviously we want to keep this going, but it's very much up to you as well whether we keep it going, isn't it, Chris? I mean, because
this is it. We're quite happy to be here and witter away, but if there's anything specific you want to talk about, or we should be talking about, discussions, debates, anything like that at all, please let us know, and then we can have a look and we can do that. But we've got Tom Broadbent to come on, got a few other ones that we're just waiting for confirmation on, so it's only sort of, I suppose, 4 or 5 weeks, because then we'll have the panels back and pre-season friendly games and stuff. So all right, kits over the years. Yeah, sounds good to me. What's your favourite kit? Who do you think of when you hold a kit?
Very good.
So when you said that one about Stephen Darby, is that who you first think of when you? That's it. When you held that up. Yeah. No, we can do kits over the years. I'm just going to make a note.
Yeah, very good. I mean, as you can see, I've got a lot of them behind me, but there are some good, there are some bad, I think.
What's your favourite?
Oh, gosh, my favourite. Very good. I do. Bear with me a minute, caller. I'll be right back. See, I did quite like that one. It's a black and white kit, wasn't it? You see that there? I quite like that.
Is that the red trim on it? You can't really see it. It's like, oh yeah, I see. Yeah.
Yeah, I do like that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm a bit of I quite like plain shirts, really, without too much fancy stuff on it. Hang on.
Yeah.
The Derby Rimmer one this year, I really like that because it was very much like the League Cup final shirt, but it had obviously the Derby Rimmer thing on it. So I do quite like that one. Yeah. So yeah, I mean that'd be great. Favorite kits. We could get the kit men on.
Well, this is what Sean's just said. Can we get the kit?
Yeah.
He worried me. He said, "Can you get the kit man on?" I thought we'd lost one of them, but no, he meant kit men. Yeah. So we can always ask. Yeah. My favourite kit is the Prem away, the yellow and green. I love that.
Oh yes, yeah, the Brazil one. You mean Brazilian one? Yeah.
Love that one.
Thank you, Mark. Yeah, we'll do our best. What else do I do on a Monday? He says. There you go. What else do we do on a Monday?
We sit here talking to everybody that's watching, and
yeah, it's great.
It's interesting.
So kits, yeah. I mean, what we could do is a poll and find out what the favourite kit is.
Yeah,
that would be nice, wouldn't it?
You could then wear it
if we got it, obviously. That's a bit of a limitation, but there are so many of them, aren't there? I mean, yeah. Hang on, bear with me, caller.
I know, Sean, we should never have yellow in our kits, but I did like it.
You see, these are the ones I didn't manage to get up tonight. There's that one, if you remember.
Oh, right, okay.
The Strike Force one.
Yeah.
Gosh, right. Then there was this one, this strange one from a few years ago. That one.
No.
Which was a very odd kind of kit, wasn't it? We had two green ones, didn't we, in a short space of time? There was another one not dissimilar to that.
I like the other green one more than that one. It made your eyes go funny, that one, it then.
Yeah. And then there was that one.
What's the sponsor on that one? Hold it up.
I don't want to show you it because it's a bit of it. Well, all right, there it is, nationwide, if you remember.
Right, okay.
But it all got mangled up.
The only reason I ask is Mike's come back with, I thought Vic was going to say the Kingswood ones.
Oh, I've got, the Kingswood ones were nice. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I've got them somewhere. The black one, the black Kingswood one, like that.
Yes, yeah. Sean, I think we'll have to stop Vic now. Sean's just come back. Vic, you're supposed to be saving this for another show.
Okay. Well, we'll do a poll, and then we'll put that out via the supporters club, won't we? And say what is your favourites in the town kit, and then we'll take it from there. Really.
And it'd be good actually if we had all the other kits and say who do you think of first when you see this kit? What player?
Yeah. I got lots more I could show you if you got time, but I won't.
And Peter's saying the 91-92 away kit with the potato print was fantastic and had no yellow.
Oh yeah, that was the blue collar as well, wasn't it? If I remember right, that was the Burma one.
I can't remember.
Burma sponsor one. I think that's right. That's a very nice kit. You're right. It was. Yeah.
Adrian, so black and blue quarters.
The what one?
Black and blue quarters.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I know the one he means. Yes.
We've had so many, isn't it? It's sort of like trying to picture it. So
that was a Burma Castle one as well. I think. Just got my Derby MD signed shirt framed this week. That's really nice because there was a Stephen Derbyshire one, wasn't there, some time ago that we did we auction it in the end of season dinner, didn't we? Yeah, which raised a lot of money.
Yeah, we've got the one that's up in the Legends Lounge signed by Stephen.
Yeah.
And then we had one that when he came down, we done that. Yeah. So, and Darren's saying the black and blue striped shirt kit.
Yes, like that one.
So many, isn't there? So many. Yeah, so what do we want this year? Do we want collar? Do we want round neck? Do we want buttons? Do we want piping or?
Well, I have to say, if we have an away kit, I'd quite like that, but it's not my choice, obviously. Nothing to do with me. But you would hope that that's the sort of kit that we might have. I do like the round collar and a plain shirt. But
See, I don't like the round neck. I like a collar on it. I like the collar one with a little B. Paul says, bring back the white shorts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We wouldn't disagree with that.
Some do and some don't. But
all right. Well, look, next week, unless we get confirmation on somebody else, should we do this next week? We'll put a poll out in the week and say what is your favourite kit, and we'll do that.
Or we can do it. We'll do it, and then we can look at when we can fit it in or whatever. So do that. But brilliant. Thank you, everybody, for watching.
Well, we had an hour again. We did an hour.
It's quite funny because Vic and I have this conversation. Oh, well, if we get 40 minutes out of it, it'd be okay. And we all seem to do the hour. So, but thank you, everybody, because we couldn't do it without you. So it's all thanks to everybody who takes their time to watch.
Thanks, Mark, very much for getting the questions
through. Mark, for putting the questions through. And so have a good week, everybody. And this time next week, we'll know who we've got in the league from either Oldham or Southend.
Right. I thought you were going to tell me who we. Yes. Thought what else we were going to.
No. So we'll know what the full league is going to look like, and we can plan our trips, but not what day it's going to be. So.
I would want all white away, says Sean. Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that. And thank you, Daz, very much indeed.
Yeah.
Very kind of you. Right, and I think Falls Rush are on tonight. I haven't seen anything from them.
They had a guest on who's unfortunately had to pull out, but they're going ahead as planned, so they'll be on at 9. And Sean says he wants Southend. Had enough of up north.
Yeah, although Oldham's relatively simple, but I know I don't disagree with that. I'm quite pleased that Walsall are still down because that's a relatively easy trip, isn't it?
One of the short ones, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, but
if you're a Walsall fan, I commiserate clearly. But,
but we're glad. But if anybody has any ideas at what we can do on these for the close season, please let us know. We will try and get the kit men on. And if any of the bright ideas, please let us know. We will try our best because we are here for you, really. So, okay. Well, thank you very much, and we will see you next week. See you soon. Bye.